morning, loved ones. This is a little different, right? I mean, I think sometimes people could look at my videos and think that I live at my desk. That is not remotely true. And so I'm so happy to have the opportunity to share with you something that means so much to me, which is this is the place where I go every morning and spend some time in meditation, right? And in English we call that practice. And we are not practicing to become good meditators. We are practicing to become good people. We are practicing to become happy people. We are practicing so that when life hands you lemons, you are more apt to be able to at least gather some people around and enjoy having lemons, or possibly even able to make some lemonade. So I want to let you know that I'm having one of the hardest times in my life right now, this very minute. And the fact that I'm speaking with you about it has to do with the fact that I am at the point in my life where it's authentic for me to be able to say, I can really be the Chief Happiness Mentor of Bliss Revealed. Because when I'm having one of the most hardest times in my life, I can still reach out to my loved ones and say, look, I'm having this huge experience, but I've been taught ancient wisdom concepts and life skills that enable me to keep my mind together, that enable me to keep my heart together, that enable me to keep my body together and healthy and not hurt myself. These are all the skill sets that I want for you in being able to have basic sanity. Because if I didn't take care of my body in the most terrible times of my life, if I didn't take care of my mind in the most terrible times of my life, if I didn't take care of my heart, then I'm not really living. What I'm doing in those moments is I'm creating a narrative of what's happening in my bliss path, right, my life. And I'm saying it's not good enough. And not only that, it's so not good enough and so painful that I'm actually going to participate in making it worse by hurting myself. So not only is life going to hand me lemons, but then meaning in the scenario that modern culture has a tendency to teach us how to respond to difficult circumstances, it's as though your bliss path, or my bliss path, hands you lemons. And then what you do is you say, oh, I've been trained to then pick up a knife and stab myself in the heart, as the metaphor. And that might look like, staying up all night and then, going to work and having an accident. That might look like drinking a lot and numbing out, taking drugs. That might look like going onto the internet, pretending to be someone that you're not, and writing horrible things with the intention of people feeling terrible, right? That hurts you, along with possibly the other people in the world who are in your sphere at that moment, right? So having basic sanity, having those sorts of things are about developing skill sets. Why do I get up every morning and meditate? I don't do it to become a good meditator. I do it to become human in all the capacity to appreciate every moment in my life from a certain perspective. Does that mean I'm putting icing on a shit cake and that I'm not feeling how much pain I'm in? No. I'm in like super pain right now. My heart hurts. It's actually very warm, which is a strange kind of way for me to experience pain. And it's very soft, so it feels like it's like my heart has that rotten quality of like composting heat, rotten stuff. That's the kind of hurt that I have right now in my whole body. So let me give you a context. What's the kind of thing that would make a Chief Happiness Mentor who walks around in primordial pleasure, who has basic sanity, and for her job, she helps mentor other people who want to have basic sanity? What is that? What's a tough time? So 2 months ago, I decided to, 3 months ago, I realized that it was time for me to leave my home of 17 years. So I experienced the agony of leaving two people who I love and have lived with for 17 years that are like a mom and dad to me. Packing up my stuff, leaving so much of my things, things that I have collected over the years, leaving them behind, giving them away. Then I actually gave up my cat, Ruby Moon, with the help of one of my best friends, because it was loving. It was more loving. And Ruby Moon now has a home. Has a home with Margot and her mom. And Margot and her mom really understand Ruby Moon and can give her a better life than I ever gave her. So meaning I opened up the door of opportunity by being more loving than I thought I possibly could be, to allow my friend Kate to find a new home for my beloved companion animal, who was 10 years old. I've raised her since she was a baby. And Kate actually found her a better place. And I participated in my cat having a better life than she had with me. That's not fun. I mean, it's phenomenal for her. But I miss her. I wake up in the morning and I still want to call out to her so she can come and I can pet her in her funny way. And so that only happened 2 months ago. So 3 months ago, I gave up the entire sense of safety and grounding and left my community and left my home. And then 2 months later, I gave my companion animal a better life. And yesterday, just through being in like the most bummer set of circumstances, in the way that I don't blame myself, but I'm still so bummed that I could make all the assumptions one right after the other so that I might have killed my truck. I've had the same car for 20 years. And I love everything passionately. I love you passionately. I love Bliss Revealed passionately. And I've spent $50,000 on Bliss Revealed. And right now, when I'm making this video, she hasn't made 5 cents. And I don't care. I love her. Because I want to help people be happy. I want to give people who are waking up to the idea that everything that we've believed that life is, that is not true. I want to give them high quality information so that that waking up process is based on reality. And that in that reality, that is so painful, because to have the courage to say everything I've believed is actually not right is one of the bravest things that a human being can ever do, because then you actually have to cobble together a new conception of what life is, a new conception of who you are. That's what the My Bliss Path program is. So that when you're saying, oh my God, now I don't even know who I am, there I am. The Chief Happiness Mentor of Bliss Revealed. They will say, oh my gosh, I had the same thing happen like 20 years ago. And then I met this person who said, hey, people have had this question of who they are for tens of thousands of years, and they figured out technologies and concepts and life skills that actually help you answer, who am I, from the really most positive place. That gives you compassion and empathy for others. That gives you a grounding of basic sanity. That helps your humanity flourish, so that you experience primordial pleasure and a joy of being human in this beautiful place that Mother Nature has made for us and has made us. That's what Bliss Revealed is. And she hasn't made me 5 cents. She's cost me a fortune and like 10, 100,000 million hours. I'm not very good at running a business. And so I love my truck. I love everything in my life. I hug my truck. I give offerings to my truck. Everyone who knows me that I've let know that maybe I've killed my truck through making a mistake yesterday at the gas station. Yeah, they're like, holy shit, you're literally in the midst of some sort of cluster screw hell storm. No home, no companion animal for the first time since you were 19 years old, and now you may have killed your truck. No, I mean, I have a home now. But, you know, it's a new home, and I love it. I love it. But, you know, it takes a while to get that safe harbor feeling, and it's growing. It's happening. I'm so lucky. So I didn't mean to say I have no home. Jerry and Joe have allowed me to live in their beautiful place. All right, so that's context, loved ones. It's just to let you know, like when the rubber meets the road, I'm at the bottom. I have no boyfriend. I have no family. I am not only broke, but I'm deeply in debt, and all of those 0% interest credit cards are just about to start like dominoes blowing up. I'm looking at possible bankruptcy. And to fix my truck may cost thousands and thousands of dollars. You know? So it's like everything in my life, I have nothing to touchstone to say, okay, this thing outside me, I'm gonna hold that concept of this thing outside me, and then I'm gonna have that make this pain, I'm gonna antidote this pain with that outside me. I have nothing like that right now in this moment. At that deep level that can antidote the fact. I mean, me killing my truck, I put DEF in my gas tank. Yeah, I'm like, I can be that stupid. And, yeah, she may not be fixable. But at Walters, they're trying. And so, what do I do this morning? Because I woke up in agony, I slept in agony, that rotten compost feeling is, again, how it's expressing itself. I really just want to go to where they're fixing my car and then just stare. You know, like how some dogs will like stare at the restaurant door while their owner's in having dinner and like won't blink and won't move, and you're like, hey, do you want me to pet you? And the dog like doesn't even acknowledge that you're attempting to interact with it because it's like, I'm just going to stare at that door until my owner comes out. That is all I want right now. To go do and just stare at my car and then have them come and say, you won't believe it. Like, we capped out, so she's actually we can fix her for $2,000 instead of the catastrophic $5,000. Right? Like, good news. And she's going to be fine. You're going to drive her until you die because we've fixed her 1,000%. She's good as new. I just want to sit and stare and then have that happen. But that's not my life. That's not reality. And so what I do when I wake up and in real super pain and life is super shitty is I do what I do every single morning. I tell myself, Unmini, do one nice thing for you. And that's all you have to do. Because if at the end of that nice thing, then you want to do something yucky or destructive or counterproductive, I'm going to give you the freedom to live your life and do that other awful thing. But just do one good thing for you. So this morning I got up and I did my oil pulling. You know, and then I'm oil pulling, and then I thought, okay, while I'm oil pulling, I'll do my dishes. Because yesterday I was in so much pain I couldn't do my dishes. Right? And so then I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. I mean, I do feel composty. I am in agony. I may literally have killed my truck. I mean, which is pretty analogous to emotionally for someone like me. I mean, you may be like, it's your car, who gives a shit? Well, because you're different, and I'm someone who passionately loves everything, and I've had my truck for like 20 plus years, every day, all the time, driving her around. She's my buddy. So it's a little bit like a way someone who's not an empath and as sensitive as I am, it would be as though you hopped in your car and you ran over your own dog. And then you had to race your dog to the vets, and the dog right now is in the vets having emergency surgery, and you may have killed your own dog. So that might put you in a place of understanding what it's like for me to have almost killed my own truck, because I'm an empath and I'm super sensitive, and everything in my life has a quality of beingness, even if it's inanimate. Okay? So that's the context. So this is what I did. I said, okay, just oil pull. And you know, there's so much freedom in the world. You don't have any client meetings today. There's no one in the world who is waiting for you. Your loved ones haven't found you this morning. No one's going to watch a video that you make this morning. They're on their way, right? And just oil pull. Okay, so just do one nice thing for you. Because you have to understand that that starts to create a habit. Because not only that, but I have done this exact way of orienting towards unlivable pain circumstances is just do one nice thing for me. Do one thing on the list of many lists. I didn't even say like it had to be oil pulling. It could have been go right out and do your practice. It could have been going out and getting some vitamin D and early morning sunshine. It could have been, you know, like I've got a million things that I can do which are nourishing and nurturing for me. Not counterproductive, not destructive, not making the pain worse. In modern culture, we make the pain worse by doing destructive, stupid stuff. So I oil pulled, and then I was able to kind of wash my dishes. And then I was like, oh, this is nice. What could I do next? Then I went and said, hey, I'm going to do some photobiomodulation therapy. I was away from my home having super fun over the weekend with absolute joyful loved ones. Not you loved ones, but meaning best friend, one of them, and family. So that's nice, right? Her family, who are just so great. So, you know, all right. So what do I do next? I hadn't done photobiomodulation for a couple days. I usually do that 5 days a week. You know what? I'm in so much pain that I feel like doing something destructive. And if I wanted to, I could go out to the store on my little beach bike and I could get alcohol if I wanted. Oh, I'm in so much pain. I'm going to drink alcohol. I could do that. That's on the list of things I'm allowed to do because I can do anything as long as it doesn't hurt someone else. Right. I mean, meaning purposefully hurt someone else. And so yeah, on that list of everything I could do, I just picked out something nice. Not from a place of rigidity, but like I have to be good. I didn't say you can only do good things. I said, no, you can do anything. I mean, it even went through my mind, and I'm going to be really transparent with you, loved one. For the like 1/1,000,000th of a second, I even thought, I can't bear it. I can't bear another thing. I mean, I've kept the truck safe. You have no idea through the thick and thin bullshit I've done. I used to drink and drive, for heaven's sake. Do you know how like off-roading crap I've done and driven through blizzards and with the snow up to the boards? Driving by other 4x4s that can't make it, but my truck made it like a tank. You know how many stupid shit I've done? You know how drunk I've been, like filling up the gas and doing stuff? For me to have possibly killed her at this point, on this moment, I actually thought, maybe I can't take it anymore. Maybe my life is just asking too much, and maybe I could, on the list of possible things to do, maybe I could die today. I mean, it wasn't, you know, again, it was just the splittest of split seconds. But you know how thought is. You can have a very complex thought and just the splittest second. So when I talk about it, I wasn't even remotely thinking about it this long. But for the splittest of split seconds, now taking it out into much longer time to explain it, I actually thought maybe on the list of things to do that maybe I could just die today. I mean, my family doesn't care. You know, like I don't have a significant other. I don't even have a fucking companion animal where I'd be abandoning them, you know? All those kinds of things, you know? But the 1/1,000,000th of a second that I thought, well, maybe I should just die today. You know, hello? I mean, I have basic sanity. That's crazy. Wow, I'm in so much pain that on the list of the million things that I was reviewing as the possible way for me to respond to these intolerably painful circumstances, on the list in those million things, I noticed, kill yourself. And, you know, it's like, whoa, fuck no. I don't care what's happening. You know, put me in a box in solitary confinement in the dark. That's one of the most torturous things that a human being could ever do to another human being. I'm still not gonna, you know, go to the death place. Got to fulfill your karma. You got to do everything to be joy no matter what. And so obviously the list, you know, so instead of death, I was just like, photobiomodulation therapy. I love that. So even though I'm in so much pain, even though I am a product of being trained by modern culture, yes, death was on the list, you know, and other awful, not awful, but meaning, you know, like go out and take your bike and go get some I can't drink beer because it's got gluten in it, but, you know, some alcohol and get drunk. You know, like all those yucky things, you know, go call one of your friends and be like, I need you. And you know, like, you know, all of that. Nope. I'll do some photobiomodulation therapy. You know, I often like feel great when I do that. I'm going to do that. So that was the second thing I did, or third if you count the dishes as a thing. And so then I'm doing photobiomodulation therapy while I'm listening to an audiobook read by James Marsters. And I love those. And then I started, you know, feeling a little better. You know, like that composty agony, like I can't live, I can't breathe another second, right? So then that starts to pick up and starts to move. Those physical sensations of the agony that one can't live through start to move as you do nice things for yourself. And not from a place of rigidity. Every morning I get up and then I oil pull on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you know, and because I am sort of rigid like that in the sense of on my day-to-day when I'm not in agony, you know, I have like a programmed way of getting up and doing things in the morning. But what I did, and I want you to think about doing, is you just do one and do anything. Just do anything. Take a bath, you know, with beautiful, like lovely things in it and that feel good. Epsom salt, whatever. You know, like whatever it is, do that. No matter if you wake up in the middle of the night in agony, just do a nice thing. And only that. And then when it's done, check in with yourself. Do you feel like doing another nice thing for you? Yeah. Right? Because that's what nice things do, is then you start getting momentum in nice things. That's why someone like me does practice every morning to be a good human. Whether I am sick as a dog, you know, within reason. Because if you're too sick, you know, it's not good to practice actually. So, right? But like I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling in agony. And so look, I've made it outside to my meditation spot. I wanted to let you know that. I woke up in such horrible life circumstances that I'm looking at every single option. There's all these horrible destructive things I could do, even as a cheap happiness mentor. And then yet after doing like 3 or 4 super nice things for me, I've actually got the momentum going. I'm starting to be able to breathe and think, yeah, no, I'll live through this. Even if the truck doesn't. This will live. And what is this? This is the vehicle for my bliss path. Just like your body is the vehicle for my bliss path. Oh, well, it's still here, right? I can still do nice things for it. If a neighbor walks by, I can still go, hi, and just hope that just being joy is something that changes the world. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that I'm just about to sit down and do my morning practice on a morning where I started out thinking that I didn't have the capacity to meet these circumstances and then still sit down and practice being a healthy, happy human. And I will. What is it like to be Unmani in some of the hardest circumstances that she's had in at least the last couple decades, maybe even my life? What will that practice be like? Because you know what? I've never had it before. That's my humanity, my intention, meeting exercises which bring me more into a much larger experience of every moment of my life. Wow. All right, then I gotta go because I'm looking forward to doing something I've never done before. I've never had this moment. I've never had the ability to say, can I experience an appreciation and a joy in life while I am simultaneously not covering up, not putting icing on a shit cake, while I am simultaneously having some of the most challenging circumstances of my life. Hey, it's a challenge. It's something new. How often do we have something new? If you're in modern culture and you're actually like giving all of the, you know, the global elitists everything they want by you're something new, it's a new pair of jeans and a new t-shirt and a new whatever with disposable fashion and shit that keeps you disconnected, you know, meaning those, everyone's got these big, huge, disgusting sneakers, man. Like, take your shoes off. Touch the ground. Anyway, so try something new, not outside you, but in here. And when you have those moments of agony, try just doing one nice thing for you. One nourishing, nurturing thing. From a place of open, expansive choice. Use your humanity, use your sense of freedom to choose being nice to you, no matter how much life hands you lemons. All right, loved ones. You're here in my heart, because remember, time is a dimension. Linear time as we experience it with our human senses is, in a sense, an illusion from a certain very large and distant perspective. And what that means is, even though when I load this video, you're not going to look at it right then, wherever you are, whenever you are, when you do watch this, you still, through time and space, are in my heart. I love you. And all I want is for you to develop these skill sets and lead a life that you deeply love, so that you're able to find and enjoy your mission in life and your purpose. And then let's hang out and change the world. All right, I love you, loved ones. Don't forget to join the locals community, the Blissverse, so that we can all hang out together, because I super duper want to meet you. All right, bye-bye.